In a moment, we're going to see a really cool print sample which demonstrates matte and gloss varnishes on substrates. And the company that has actually done the matte varnish is a German hersteller or manufacturer of ink called Siegwerk. And before we talk about the really nice sample, I would want to welcome to you, basically introduce yourself and what is Siegwerk?
Yes, thanks for having me. My name is Adrian Haas and I'm working for Siegwerk since 9 years, more or less, working in the sales department for UV inkjet inks in EMEA, so Europe, Middle East, Asia region. Siegwerk is an ink manufacturer focusing on the packaging market specifically. This is also the case for inkjet, so for example, coding and marking, label application, direct to object, bottle printing, for example. This is the stuff we do.
So what is, when you specifically say that you target the development of the inks to the packaging market and to the objects and things like that, what are the biggest challenges from a development perspective when you look in that area?
So specifically difficult, you never know the exact behavior of substrates and ink together. So when it comes to adhesion, for example, or scratch resistance, this is also not always only depending on the ink, but also the interaction with the curing and the substrate and the pre-treatment, etc. And there, for Siegwerk, it's quite specific that when a solution is not working, we always try to make it work. So we do customized solution, customized inks, and adjust it a bit case by case to the specific application.
So it's trial and errors, or?
Yes, yeah. So of course we have some knowledge and we know how to play a bit and going into a direction. But yeah, sometimes it's really like that. So that we try out different new raw materials depending on the application to really make it work.
You say that you work in sales, so you obviously talk to customers from time to time, right?
Of course.
Yeah, I was just wondering what kind of demands do you see from customers when it comes to the digitalization of packaging, for example?
So often we really see people trying to customize things when you have small production volumes. For example, customers would like to be able to print the local information, for example, on a specific packaging, the country information of the ingredients, then in specific language. The rest of the design is always the same, but it's only these specific country-related information that then can be transferred to inkjet, for example.
But what does that have to do specifically with Siegwerk, or is it that more the application side of it? I was more thinking that, you know, just saying something that maybe there's a demand for gold, or maybe there's a demand for pink, or maybe there's a demand for some special colors, or maybe there's a demand for a higher sustainability. I mean, I was just thinking whether the demand from the market, what that drives your development, in what direction.
Yeah, so we see a lot of our partners trying to get a bit of the cake from the narrow web flexo market. And this is also, maybe I can come to one of the products that we developed.
Yeah.
So in flexo, a matte varnish is a kind of standard finishing product.
Yeah.
You can see it a bit in the camera as well.
Yeah. Looks really nice.
Bit used sample, but this is a point where we then take some developments and some products which exist already in the flexographic market, like a matte varnish, but also maybe some silver solutions.
Okay, so basically, just to understand you 100%, is that basically that you can see there is a transformation from flexo to digital, but you also can see that if you have that transformation, you will need to develop inks that are particularly suitable for inkjet devices and not on flexography, basically.
Exactly. So each market will continue to exist in the future, and there are good reasons for that. But we see definitely that a lot of projects, especially when the production volumes are low, get transferred to inkjet, or even the users try it also out in inkjet, and then definitely they are looking for the same quality and also the same products that can be used also in inkjet.
I mean, when you look at the transformation from analog to digital, it seems that the importance of price is changing a little bit because it becomes more and more value rather than cost based. Is that also something you see in the ink world, or?
Yes. This is also
So this
something,
is also a profit opportunity for Siegwerk to work with digital inks?
Definitely, but we also see that raw materials are much more expensive.
Okay, so
in
it
the
is
inkjet
more
market.
expensive to produce these kind of things.
It is definitely more expensive to produce because the production procedures they take longer. For example, the pigments, you need to grind them smaller compared to flexo or some general analog printing technologies. And this just takes longer time. So production is more expensive, but also the raw material side, because you need to take specific raw materials which don't damage the heads and which gives the ink the real properties. And these are just a bit more expensive.
Talking about heads, because you pointed this yourself with the RC15360 here from Seiko. You actually tested your varnishes with this for a couple of reasons. First off, the RC is for the recirculation system it has built in. But it was also, what you said, the drop shape or the drop size?
The drop size. So when we developed the matte varnish Seiko, the Seiko RC 1536 was our first selection for the head to try out the varnish because, as you said, you have the recirculation up to the nozzle plate. And you are able to jet very big drops. And the third thing is actually that the head is generally quite robust. And in the matte varnish, you have some big particles inside, which you need to create this matte effect, because you need bigger particles, which then be able to get through the surface and reflect the light, so it's not shiny anymore. And all these properties were included in the head of Seiko, which was the reason why we tried it out, and it worked perfectly fine.
That's great. And when we talk about this, I mean, because here we see a print head, and for a printing company or a converter, I mean, that doesn't make sense to anybody. So is these kind of heads and with the varnishes that you supply already in market with different vendors?
So the the varnish was developed rather recently.
Okay, so it's brand
very new.
Yeah.
And a lot of our partners are testing it also in combination with the Seiko head.
Yeah.
And definitely we see that probably in the coming few months.
Yeah.
That also it gets industrialized.
Okay, so basically this is an opportunity for both Seiko and for Siegwerk, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is also one of the reasons. For example, as you can see here in the sample, which was produced as a cooperation with Seiko together, that we are marketing it also.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah. Perfect.
Just a very nice cooperation and very good fit for both of our companies.
Perfect. So we're here at the Open Weeks. Has it been good for you so far, or?
Sorry again?
We're here at the Open Weeks, Seiko Open Weeks 22. Has it been good for you to be here?
Yes, of course. It was really nice to catch up with people here, especially also the Seiko people. Just have some good discussions, and I mean, I really like the concept that just generally people from the industry
can
come and
but it's
meet.
really nice, right?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
And I mean, I said to Chica this morning, I said, I'm just wondering, because maybe this is over my comprehension, because basically this is very technical, right?
Yes.
But we have got so many stories that are so exciting, and you really get an understanding of how complex this wonderful business is, right? I mean,
and I really like that they also have some presentations here and give people, apart from Seiko, also the opportunity to show their own interests, and it's really nice.
Probably the new thing about openness in the industry, right? People need to share in order to grow, right?
Exactly. So Siegwerk, it's the same. So we also believe that we need more cooperation in the market. We also recently published a white paper about this topic, that we need to cooperate in the market, especially in the inkjet world, where everything is new a bit, and you always have some new applications and new challenges. Then it's really important that with the pre-treatment, the curing, the printhead, the ink, the machine manufacturer, that everyone comes together and try out different things to find a solution then for the end user in the end.
Fantastic.